Welcome to today's Q&A. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It is the 14th of March already. Crazy, right? It seems crazy to me. All right, well, welcome to today's Q&A. We're going to be talking about truck driving jobs across the U.S. here at Decker Truck Line. And of course, depending on where you live, we have different opportunities. So that's kind of what we're going to dive into, is what the opportunities are like in specific areas. So as always, this is a weekly Q&A. So if you have questions, put them in the chat, and between myself and Katie, we will be able to answer those for you and keep you informed, right? Hey, Amy, how are you? Feeling a little bit better today? All right, recovering. So yes, we're going to be answering some questions about trucking positions. We've refrigerated, we have flatbed. Those are the majority of the positions that we have. Solo, we have team positions, we have over the road, we have company, and we have lease purchase. So we kind of go over all of that for now, and of course dive deeper into your specific questions as they come about. So like I said, go ahead and put it in the chat so that we can address it. Now, if you're wondering about a specific area, please include your zip code. And if you also include your work history, the amount of driving history that you have, or maybe you're a student, include that as well, and then I can be more specific with my answer so that you know what truck driving jobs or trucking jobs are available in your area. Cool? All right, also as a reminder, the 21st, so next Tuesday, we will have a live event on some of our other social media platforms, on Facebook, and we'll be talking about our driver, we will have our Driver of the Year division winners coming to join us for the Driver of the Year and Grand Champion reveal. So that will be the 21st. I think dinner and everything starts around 5, so if you haven't RSVP'd, please do so. And then, of course, if you're one of the Driver of the Years, then you'll be having dinner with everybody, which is about, I think it's at 6:30 when the actual event starts. So 6:30 for dinner and the Grand Champion announcement. So congratulations to all of those who were already nominated for Driver of the Month. You have to be nominated for Driver of the Month in order to get to the Driver of the Year status. And you can only be voted on for Driver of the Month one time within a calendar year. Once you have earned the Driver of the Month title, you can still get the runner-up position, but you just can't get the Driver of the Month title again in that 12-month period. So once you have that, you go into the pool for the Driver of the Year. The Driver of the Year gets a $3,000 bonus for each of those divisions, $3,000 bonus, and then of course our Grand Champion will get a $15,000 bonus. So we'll have that as well. But that one, kind of stays under, it legit stays under lock and key until the actual event. So we'll kind of share that after the fact. Here are our current Drivers of the Month for 2022, and announcing our 2022 division winners right now. If you're checking out the screen, we have our Midwest Refrigerated Van, Todd Overson. Todd Overson earned the Driver Grand Champion last year. Our Midwest Flatbed, Tom Melton is our winner, again, actually. And our Lease Purchase Owner-Operator, our Lease Purchase and Owner-Operator Division, Jerry Arthur. Our West Reefer Van is Travis Gatling. So congratulations, Travis. Southern Flatbed, Anthony Vasquez. Anthony was our 2021 winner, Grand Champion. And our team, Robert Anderson and Lydia Dietrichs, are celebrating their third, I think? Also their third title for the division, the team division. So yes, we have several repeat winners. Travis Gatling, brand new to the lineup, so excited to see what that brings as well. One World, One Love. Yes, we do have flatbed in areas of Florida. Brooksville is not actually one that we have it in. So with being as far out, what we can do is we can look at maybe having you out 3-4 weeks at a time. I don't know if that's even an option for you. But with 5 years of experience, you'd start at 64 cents a mile. 10 cents of that's per diem. But if I'm just looking at our hiring map, it doesn't look like you're going to be inside or included in that hiring map because you're just a little bit too far out of where most of our freight is compared to, where some of our current drivers are living. So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to help you at this time. But that doesn't mean that more doors won't open. And of course, if you want to talk to a recruiter directly to see if they can make things happen for you, this is the telephone number, 888-668-0698. That is the number to get a hold of the recruiting department. You can also apply online at drivedecker.com. Mike says it's hard to get loads out of Florida. That is the truth. You can usually get them in, but honestly, it's about a day and a half wait, sometimes 3 in some, especially if it's going to be a refrigerator or something, for a load out. So that's pretty common. Loads are in, just getting loads out are hard. Good call, Mike. So welcome, you guys. Thanks again for joining me. We did just talk about our Driver of the Month and our Driver of the Year program. And then, of course, our Grand Champion is coming up on March 21st. I was going to say 31st, but 21st. So we'll be talking about that. I believe it's actually, the live event actually starts at 6:30. Let me just confirm that real quick. As I had that right in front of me, but let's see what Tammy had mentioned, and then I'll know for sure. But I'm pretty sure it starts at around 5:30, and then the live stream is usually right at 6:30. Yep, 6:30. Dinner with program to follow. The gathering starts at 5:30. Nope. I won't be. Still in Montana. Mike says, actually, with the mess at the ports in California for overseas freighters are skipping to Florida now. So going loads such as Coke, Minute Maid, orange juice. Yeah, there's a lot of orange juice out of there. But I usually am not, Amy. I think just 2019 was the only year that I was there was in Fort Dodge for the main event. Yeah. So yeah, Mike, you know what? I didn't even look into that, so I'll have to dive into that and see what everyone's doing. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some of those positions. I mentioned them just briefly. We have truck driving positions out of the West, more so for our over-the-road refrigerated division. And then we have, so more specifically, we're hiring out of Oregon along I-15. And then we're hiring in a lot of areas within the state of Washington along I-90, I-15. Seattle, of course, is really busy. We have quite a bit out of the Tacoma area, Spokane Valley. There's quite a bit of freight there along I-90 there. And actually, if you're in the Seattle or Spokane area, we can get you home around every 10 days, where most of our Western hiring does require you to be out at least 2 weeks at a time, and it's usually about 2 to 3 weeks in a little wiggle room. They are not dedicated runs. They are over the road. You'll see a lot of the same freight, but it will be, same customers and stuff, but it is over the road, so you could be a variety of different locations from where you normally are. So, hey, George, how are you? Happy March. All about making things happen. Isn't that right? Good. What do you have in person, or what do you have scheduled for your March? Haven't talked to you for a while, so good to see you. We also have the over-the-road refrigerated out of areas of Alabama, like say Bessemer, Birmingham area. We also have some over-the-road refrigerated that runs into the Atlanta area. Now, if you live in the Georgia or Alabama hiring areas for refrigerated, and you are not looking to go west, we can keep you basically Denver east. For the most part, you're still out 2 to 3 weeks at a time. You just wouldn't go out west or west of Denver if that's not the area you're looking to run. We have, our running lanes, of course, do expand to the west, especially if you live out that direction, but not everybody likes to run out into the mountains. We run mountains, though. So if you live in Alabama and you live in Georgia and you're calling in and saying, I don't do snow, I don't do mountains. We do both. Whether you're doing mountains on the west or you're doing mountains, in the Carolinas or Kentucky or whatever, we do run mountains. We do run snow. Now, whether or not you chain is up to you. We rely on you as the professional to make that call. So if you feel that it's not safe to move forward and you don't want to chain your tires, okay, you just need to communicate with your driver manager. That's key. Communicate with your driver manager. Now, you have to carry chains till the 31st of May. You do have to carry chains till the 31st of May by DOT compliance. However, you don't have to throw them to go down the road. You put them on to get out of trouble, not to get yourself into it. And, I say that all the time, but that's the case. Chains are used to get you out of trouble. They're used in, a sticky situation, not to put you into that. So keep that in mind. Mike says chain laws. Yes, chain laws. That's exactly right. From September 1st to May 31st, you got to carry those chains, especially out in the Denver area or in the Northwest. So yes, keep that in mind. Whether or not you throw them is up to you, but communication is very key to your driver managers. If you aren't comfortable in running areas, those are things that we need to know. Because if you don't like to run Chicago, we're not a good fit. We run a lot of Chicago. If you're trying to stay out of the Northeast, odds are we're staying out of the Northeast. We really don't do a whole lot of that. If you are in flatbed and you don't want to go west, you know what? We don't really do a whole lot west in the flatbed division. And the few loads that we do have out there usually go to those current drivers who've been or live out that direction that have been with us for quite some time. So Mike says, here in Michigan, have gotten snow about every day for 4 days in a row. Much of the snow melted by noon. You know what? Here in Montana, or at least central Montana, we had quite a bit of snow. I mean, it snowed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, stopped on Sunday, and walking out this morning, you could barely see the snow. There was just, yesterday it was puddles. You had to wear, you better have been wearing your muck boots or your mud boots or whatever you have, because they're just puddles of water everywhere. So yeah, I hear your pain, definitely. Mike says running in the mountains is not boring. Just have to go really slow if it's icy. Yes, you got to be aware. Know your strengths, know your abilities. Everybody has different abilities and different strengths, so there's no reason to put them to challenge. You want to challenge yourself, of course. We all do. We want to get better, and the only way to get better is to challenge yourself. But you don't want to put yourself in a position where it's unsafe. So knowing your limits is what I should say, right? Now our trucks, speaking of knowing limits, our trucks are mostly 579 Peterbilts. We have some 780, 860, and 760 Volvos. They're newer model trucks. We do have a few Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions as well, but they're really well equipped. And so a lot of times when we're talking mountains and hauling, up hills and stuff like that, I'm asked, okay, well, what kind of engines do we have? What speed are they and everything? So we've got MX-13 and Cummins, MX-13 and Cummins in the Peterbilts. They are 10 and 12 speed automatics. And then we have in the Volvos, we have D13 engines with 12 speed automatic transmissions. And then with the Freightliners, they're DD15, right? Yeah, I think they're DD15 now with 12 speed automated transmissions. So automatic transmissions. Yeah, so the Freightliners are Cascadias, and they're all 2019. I don't know if we have any 2019s left. I think those are all out. But 2020s, 2021, 2023. Average age is about 18 months for those. And they come really well equipped with APUs and inverters, refrigerators, microwaves. More specifically, they are double bunk trucks. The refrigerators in the Pete are 1.8 cubic feet. The Volvos are actually not quite twice that, but about 3.2 for capacity. And the beds, they're twin XL, so if you're looking for sheets for the beds, that's what you're looking for. The TVs in the truck, they're 22-inch televisions. They come with Epic View satellite TV programming. It's 100 plus channels. It is company paid unless you're a lease operator, and then you're responsible for that if you want to the Epic View satellite TV. It's $16 a week, I believe. Hey Tim, how are you? Got to talk to Tim for the first time in forever last week. Mike says West Virginia is a fun driving, but you can save on fuel and bike riding around West Virginia. You can with your bikes. So yeah, the trucks are pretty darn well equipped. We've got inverters in all the trucks. We have APUs. The inverters are 1800 watts. The APUs, I think the 2000 watt APUs, I can't remember on that one, but the inverter itself is 1800. Microwaves, they're cooking wattage. Obviously, it's different than the wattage itself, but it's 900 cooking wattage. The wattage consumption is right around 1300. What else for random questions that I get, more specific random questions that I get about some of the equipment? We do have the CB units in the trucks. Cobra 25 LTD is one of them. We have a couple of different ones, but I think there's a 29 and a 25 that we have. Transflow Geotab units in the truck. I was going to grab mine. Of course, it's not by my hand. The Transflow Geotab units have the free Wi-Fi in them. Of course, they have a lot of different resources, including our videos, some of our how-to troubleshooting videos as well that the shop has done with us, that the training department's done with us. Then we've got navigation on the Transflow Geotab unit. You can get your paperwork in through the tablet. Our bunk heaters we've got some S-Bar and Webasto, right? Webasto's a few of those, not many of those. ePass, KPass, BestPass for tolls. CAT app is available through the Transflow Geotab unit that's on there. You just you just sign in there, and then you can put in your com data information and stuff like that. You've got extra fluids, you've got your chains, you've got, you'll have your permit book, obviously. Lytx system is part of the truck. That's one of our safety features. It does include both inward and outward event recorders. In the Lytx system, or part of the Lytx system, is our bonus, I should say. It's like brand because of it. And so we do have our monthly bonus that pays out usually around the third week of the month following when you ran them. So that's usually it. George says, nice breakdown of the trucks. Yes, quite a bit. Oh, I missed you there, Mike. Mike says, Twin XL must be for extra long. Yeah, actually, I think it's the width is a little bit wider for the XL. I measured the sleeper mattress, and it was hard to find sheets other than the truck stop mail order supplies. Yeah, I know. Like with Walmart and stuff, they usually have them, as long as you know that it's an XL. So it's 39 by 80. Is that what is yours? Mike, is that what yours is? Is a 39 by 80? Because that's what the measurement of the Twin XL is. I meant to say routing them out and saves brakes, not bikes. Okay, that makes way more sense. I'm like, bike routing? I'm just going to go with it. Oh, too funny. Yeah, so the trucks are extremely well equipped. I know they've got the fuel solution. It's the Manhattan fuel solution. We do have, to save on our APU units, because I mentioned we have APU units on all the trucks. We've got the inverters on the trucks. But we also have solar panels that we've been putting on the trucks too, on the top of them. You might have seen some of those. And those are 100-watt solar panels that help keep the APU unit, the life of the APU unit, a little bit longer. So for all of you who have ever had APUs, you know since the beginning of time, or at least APU time, that maintenance is a priority on those. And they don't always live as long as you want. And the life of the APU has definitely extended since we started doing those solar panels. So there's there you have it. They do have Sirius radio equipment in the trucks as well. They're equipped with it. You would have to have a subscription for it. Yes, we have the subscription for the satellite TV, but we don't hold the subscription for Sirius. If you choose not to do Sirius, that's totally fine. You don't have to do it at all. We just have all the equipment there in case you want it. A lot of people are streaming because we do have the free Wi-Fi, so we do see a lot of people just streaming with podcasts and stuff like that, so that's really fine. Totally fine. Life is forever. So, okay, let's dive in a little bit more on some of the specific areas with areas of the Midwest. Okay, so Cheyenne was a question that I got, one of them that I got yesterday, more specifically, like, what do you have? Do you do flatbed? Is it refrigerated? Cheyenne, Wyoming, I have over-the-road refrigerated out of there. Whether you stay, like I mentioned before, whether you stay east of Denver or if you want to go coast to coast. But we don't have flatbed out of the Cheyenne area. So it's just refrigerated. Your rate of pay per mile is going to be based off of your driving experience. So the years of driving experience. If you, as long as you meet the minimum requirement, which is make sure you're available for dispatch, no driver service failures. Well, make sure you're available for dispatch at least 5 days out of the week. No driver service failures, so no late loads, no load refusals, no CSA violations, no preventable accidents, and get your paperwork in on time. Those are the 6 requirements to get the guaranteed pay. Guaranteed pay is $1,000, and you receive that you get paid every Friday direct deposit. Now, if your miles and your rate of pay, which rate of pay is going to be anywhere, again, based off of your experience level, anywhere from somebody brand new to the industry, like just graduated, just going through training with us at 52 cents a mile for their first 3 months, to 70 cents a mile for someone who has over 15 years of experience. Anywhere in between there, your rate of pay per mile will be based off of, along with your mileage, to see if it exceeds that $1,000. So you're going to get the better of the two of those. Now, just to back up a moment, if you are a recent graduate and you do your training with us, after you started with us at 52 cents a mile, you'll be bumped to 55 cents a mile at your 90-day mark. So it's just kind of during that training program. And while you're with the trainer, actually driving with the trainer, it's actually $700 is your weekly pay. So it's $100 a day as a trainee. And then you'll go to your rate of pay per mile, with the minimum being $1,000 a week. Okay? So just to make sure that I have that in. And if you're in other areas, say you're in the Omaha area. Now, I do have a different opportunity for the refrigerated. If you are new, or if you're an experienced driver and you're living in the Omaha area, you're looking for a home weekly position in the refrigerated division, we do have that. We do actually guarantee $1,250 a week versus the $1,000 a week in that area because of the loads that you're running. A lot of short runs. In areas of Iowa, in areas of Illinois, don't be surprised if you're running shorter runs in those locations. So they're piled up, boom, 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 compared to some of our longer lengths of haul, where yes, obviously longer length of haul, you're likely to add up. You're likely to stock up on more miles, but the shorter ones, you're doing shorter runs, obviously. The Midwest area, you're doing shorter runs, obviously, and then you're guaranteed a little bit more per mile as well. Okay. Tim says, have fun time to go back to trucking. Why so? He's got his truck all ready to go for the truck shows. I think Tim's just excited that he finally has his truck back. So he has 2 trucks. He's an owner-operator here at Decker. He has 2 trucks. One that he shows off because it is gorgeous, and the other one, which is pretty good looking itself, but that one's the day-to-day workhorse, right? It's not as chromed out, pimped out as the other one. It's pretty nice. So speaking of owner-operators, lease purchase, our owner-operators, we pay 72% of the load. We do have a mileage opportunity as well for those who are looking for just want a base pay per mile. It's $1.02 a mile, I believe, for that, plus the fuel surcharge. You just got your tire fix? One thing after another with you, huh? What'd you run over? Just tell me that your pup didn't take after it. No? So 72% of the load plus the fuel surcharge for the mileage lease purchase. But most everybody is choosing the percentage, which again, it's 72. Oh, I'm so sorry. 72% plus the fuel surcharge is what most people are choosing. $1 plus the fuel surcharge is the mileage fee. Yep. Mileage pay. Okay. You know, I was going to double check here, actually, on, I want to say it's $1.02. We don't do, Tim is one of the only ones that does the mileage for the last, a lot of that because, you know, a couple of years ago, or a year ago, rates were so stinking high, that's what everybody was moving over to, right? Where am I at? I'm trying to find there we go. Okay. Game on. So you got your tire fixed, you're rip-roaring and ready to go then, right? No? Okay, so let's see here. Just want to see what the lease purchase, that's lease purchase or owner-operator with that percentage, by the way. Nope, that's not the one. Wrong. Looking at the wrong flyer there. Lease purchase. Yeah, so 72% of the load plus the fuel surcharge. And then we do have, if you're on a dry van, you're getting 100% of the fuel surcharge. You know, if you're hauling dry versus refrigerated is 90% of the fuel surcharge instead of the full 100. Because Decker will take care of the fuel surcharge for, not only the fuel surcharge, the Decker will take care of the fuel for the reefer unit. You don't have to do that. And no, there's no trailer rental. You don't have to worry about that either. You can use it. Mm-hmm. It was a trailer tire? Oh, okay. So at least it wasn't another one of yours, huh? He keeps them pretty sharp. Now, thinking of Tim, I also want to bring up, we do have a dog policy. Our dog policy is 85 pounds or less, one dog, or two dogs, no more than 40 pounds combined. And so if your dog rides with, it does need to be a non-aggressive breed. It's $500 for the deposit, where $250 is refundable, $100 down before they can actually ride with. So you have that. We have a rider policy as well. It's $25 a month, ages 10 to 69 for the rider as well. Yeah. Yep. So our over-the-road flatbed, we hit just briefly on that, but we do hire quite a bit for our over-the-road flatbed, anywhere from Texas to the Carolinas, as well as areas of the Midwest, you know, areas of Pennsylvania and Ohio, Kentucky, but Carolinas to Texas area is pretty common for our over-the-road flatbed division. And we do have lease purchase available in that division as well. It does pay 100% of the fuel surcharge, 72% of the load plus 100% of the fuel surcharge for our flatbed division, for whether you're owner-operator or lease purchase. Now, the truck does need to be 2013 or newer to qualify for our owner-operator division. As a lease purchase, the trucks are, I believe, 22s and newer that are currently available. They are mostly 579 Peterbilts. Like I said, we do have some Volvos and Freightliners if available. The availability is going to change from week to week. So if you're looking for a specific truck, just know that we can do our best to get you into that truck when you come aboard. The likelihood of it being a Volvo or a Freightliner is obviously less than it would be if you're looking for a Peterbilt, because that's what we have most of. So keep that in mind. If you have questions, please make sure that you reach out to a recruiter. And again, that telephone number is 668-0698, or apply online, drivedecker.com. They'll be able to help you out there. Answering those questions. What else am I missing? Our Midwest flatbed. Our Midwest flatbed, which Tom Melton was our division winner this year for the for 2022 for the driver of the year, and that's 3 years in a row. Is that what he said? 4 years? Oh, I can't remember. It's pretty darn close. It's got to be 4. I know he mentioned it the other day. So, anyways, we do have the Midwest flatbed opportunity as well. It does pay 72% of the load plus the fuel surcharge if you're looking for lease purchase or owner operator. As a company driver, anywhere from 53 in the Midwest, where we were brand new and you're going through training, to someone who has a 5 months, 6 months experience, you're starting at 56 cents a mile. Anywhere up to 70 cents a mile for somebody who has over 70 years of experience, or over 15 years of experience. It's 70 cents a mile. 10 cents of that's per diem, so you're not taxed on 10 cents per mile. And your mileage is going to be based off of, if you're looking at home weekly versus home every other weekend, it's going to change a little bit. And of course, your running areas. If you live in Iowa City, we can guarantee you $14.50 a week in that area. If you live in Columbus, Ohio, areas of Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio, Iowa, St. Louis, Missouri, those areas we do offer home weekly and the $14.50 a week. Now, in other areas, we do have the $1,000 a week minimum like we do in most anywhere else. And then, of course, if you live in the Chicago area, it's $1,700 guaranteed per week and home weekly. That is based off of where you live. And it's based off of where you live because of what freight is nearby and how often you'll be running, and those are shorter runs. So just know we pay you extra for those shorter runs. Whether you're over the road or regional, so if you're an over the road driver, you're going to see additional anywhere from 2 to 20 cents more, I think, per mile for shorter runs, anything under 400 miles for the length of haul. That's pretty common. We want to make sure that we pump that up so that if you do get on a shorter run, that you'll have that additional compensation. Cool. All right, and our benefits. We did have somebody reach out to us about some of our policies and procedures and wondering where you can access that. So as a reminder, if you're looking for your specific division, if you're part of the Decker team and you're looking for details on the policies, you can access that through your TransFlow app by going to the Decker website, and then, or you can just go to your browser, internet browser, and put in intranet, the Decker intranet, or deckercompanies.com, and then if you click on your division and the policies, it'll open it up for you. It will ask you to sign in, and you'll just sign in using your TransFlow sign-in. And that way you'll have access to it. But if you would just like a copy emailed to you, then just reach out to the recruiting department or myself, and we will go ahead and get that sent over to you so that you can see it. Cool? All right. You can reach the recruiters at 888-668-0698. You can also reach out to me directly at 406-203-4413 for my direct line. All right, and then the benefits. We talked a lot about the benefits last week and broke some of those down. As a reminder, we have a 50% match on the 401k. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield for the medical. Dental is Delta Dental, and Vision is the vision. We have additional insurances, life insurance, short-term, long-term. You can increase the value of it. You can do Aflac. We have Aflac as well. We do have Doctor on Demand as an option for the teledoc services. So we have Regeneration. We have $0 generic prescriptions available. And then some of the prescriptions, both the brand and specialty, there are a few that fall under that $0 as well. But generics, $0. But do note that those are not available at Walgreens or CVS. They're available everywhere else. And you can also call in and get extended, like a 60, 90-day prescriptions as well. So if you're going to be out on the road for a while, because I know a lot of you guys like to stay out longer, then just you can set that up. No problem. All right. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget that Friday the 17th is St. Patty's Day. So if you don't have your green yet, make sure that you go get it. If you're looking for a Decker green, get a hold of Steph. And if you're at one of the terminals, get a hold of Steph at the Fort Dodge terminal, Jason at the Missoula terminal, and they should be able to find something green in the Decker store that you can wear for St. Patty's Day. Yeah, if you're around. Some of you are like, yeah, what? Also, a reminder, the awards ceremony is on the 21st, so it's next Tuesday. You can arrive at 5:30. The actual event will start at 6:30. And if you haven't RSVP'd yet, go ahead and do so that as Katie is gathering the numbers and putting everything together, she knows how many how much food to get, right? She and Tammy are diligently working on that, so yes. Tim is doing the Trek show this year, George. He's been getting ready for it. So yes, the Driver of the Year announcement did go out, let's see, last week, right? I'm trying to remember. I think it went out on Friday, Saturday. And then our winners will be joining us for the Driver of the Year ceremony on Tuesday. So if you didn't get a chance to see him, yeah. Not that I know of, George, going to Louisville. Because I can't, Tim, weren't you going to the Walcott one? Getting ready. Might have to go to a few there, Tim. All right. Okay, you guys have a great rest of your day. I will, yes, and by the way, George, he's got lights all around. I'll have to put up a picture so you can see what it looks like. But yeah, he's got some beautiful, beautiful lights and chrome all over. And it's Red Rocket is his company name. His LLC. All right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you next week, and we'll be popping in and off or on and off throughout the week as well. So you guys have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at the recruiting department at 888-668-0698. You can apply online at drivedecker.com. Be safe. Take care.